Hmm. Oh yeah. What's good with y'all out there? I got me a guest, y'all. You feel me? And bruh's in the comic book slash entertainment industry. His artwork is motherfucking fire. You feel me? I gotta give you air horns, Tony, man. I gotta give you air horns,
Oh man,
bruh.
I appreciate it, man. Hit me with
Man,
the horn, son.
it's incredible. You feel me? You know what? I'm gonna give you some more air horns. You feel me? Different kind. You
Oh
feel me?
man, oh man, extra
Hell
horn, son.
yeah.
Okay.
Y'all here. I got my guest. I got my bruh Tony Washington. Okay. Hell yeah. Look at, you
I
know what?
appreciate you,
This
man.
this is what I tell my audience to do. And even you could do it for yourself, and I'm gonna do it for you too. Let's give a round of applause.
Oh man, and for you as well, brother. For you as
You
well.
feel me? Hell yeah. As y'all can hear, I got a guest, Tony Washington. He's been in the comic book industry and the entertainment industry for how long have you been in?
28 years.
God damn,
A
28
minute.
years.
A
Oh, you
minute.
about to have a wealth of knowledge. You feel me? Hell yeah. But like I said, I got my guest, Tony Washington. As I said, we're gonna get into this, get into the comic book slash entertainment industry. And with that being said, the floor is yours, bro.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I just want to make sure we're good, man.
Yeah.
No, thank you again for having me on, man. I really appreciate the opportunity, and thank you to everyone joining on the stream. I definitely
Mm-hmm.
hope I'm able to answer some questions and what not necessarily drop knowledge, but hope field and what to expect and what kinds of things happen within this field as well. But I'm
Mm-hmm.
sure we'll be getting into that all throughout today's stream, definitely.
Oh yeah, most definitely, most definitely. So you say you've been in a comic book and slash entertainment industry for 28 years. First of
Yeah.
all, what got you into that? What was like your inspiration?
Uh, Yeah, man. I mean, like I've been for probably my early teens. I was just like, I want to do art for a living. This is something I've got, drive to do. I found out, well, probably around 14-ish, 13-ish. I stumbled across a pile of artwork in
Mm.
my dad's attic, and I didn't really know he drew. And I'm like, man, this is crazy. So he kind of kept that under under the hood and didn't
Yeah.
really share too much of that stuff. So
Mhm.
I was like, hey man, what's going on with all this? And he's just like, oh, this little thing I was doing. I'm like, little thing, this is great. So I
Yeah.
wanted to find out more about it. Of course, pops being humble, didn't really talk too much about it. But my mom explained to me that my dad had a full-on scholarship for a school back in Detroit, Michigan,
Mm.
and he ended up not taking it. He ended up going straight into the Navy when I was on the way. So I'm the one of three kids, and I was just like, oh wow. So he sacrificed that potential opportunity for me, and I knew that was my mission to carry the torch. So I
Mhm.
wanted to dive headfirst into getting this art stuff under my will set and try to figure out how he was able to accomplish his incredible talent,
Mhm.
and then me take it into the next level if possible. And pretty much right around 14, 15 years old, I was my mission to take it serious. I'd always goofed off and drawn stuff as a kid, and being in the military, we were everywhere. So I was always drawing in the back of our minivan, and we'd travel across the U.S. from state to state for wherever my dad was stationed at. So
Okay.
um, so I knew that I had to figure out a way in what industry. I wasn't really sure. It kind of leaned at architecture first, and then it slowly moved into comic books and entertainment. I was around 16 years old, and I saw. I mean, I'm gonna be dating myself this whole stream. I'm telling you. I came across a book called Spawn,
Hell
and
yeah.
that's what changed it for me. I mean, I've always been a fan of Marvel Comics and all the creators of Marvel and DC, and at the time, some of the crazy rock stars, and it was like rock stars at that point in the industry. There were guys like Jim Lee, which turned
Mhm.
out to end up being my boss.
Mm.
Um, He was on. He was doing X-Men at the time, and Todd McFarlane was on Spider-Man, leaving Spider-Man to start up Image Comics.
Okay.
And I was like, I gotta be a part of whatever Image is doing because this stuff is crazy. So I started going to Comic-Con at San Diego Comic-Con at 15, and took my portfolio. And I didn't get hired. I was like, oh man, I thought this was supposed to. But it was all good. It was all good. So I regrouped, worked in the portfolio again, came back at 16. I got the constructive criticism, but I wasn't shot down. They have encouraging words, and I came back at 17. Didn't happen. But right as I was getting ready to go, graduate from high school at 18, I went to a school called Cal Arts. They're in Valencia, California.
Okay.
And I was there for summer session. And I was like, I still want to do comics. So I while I was in my summer session at Cal Arts, I drew my own Spawn comic. It was a 4-page comic.
Oh, shit.
And I penciled, inked it, and I colored it with Prismacolor color pencils because I didn't know what the heck digital stuff was because it wasn't really I couldn't afford that. So, I'll just be honest. But I was doing big things on this little it was called an Acer 486 DX. It had 4K of RAM and stuff with push power from hamsters and stuff. So it was not built for digital art. So
the Acer, man, I had an Acer before too. Good Lord.
So I was rocking my Digipaint with my 8 colors, and I was making it happen. But no, I ended up doing that portfolio. Came down on a train. Got a taxi, got down to the convention center, went up to Image Comics, and I ended up getting hired at the show at 18. And that's what started everything. So Top Cal, Mark Silvestri's group, they brought me in first and found out that I lived in San Diego. So they transferred me down to Wildstorm, which is where Jim Lee and this incredible group of artists and writers and you name it, we're all at that spot. So I'm this young 18-year-old showing up with these big rock stars. They're buying houses off of selling comic books. And I'm like, all right, well, how do I do it? So
yeah. Wait a minute. So Wildstorm is still in California, right?
No, they were bought out a while back by DC. But for anyone who's been out here in San Diego, they're in an area called La Jolla. Right on a street called Prospect, which is right on the beach.
Oh yeah,
yeah, man. So it was
rich. Okay.
Yes.
For people out there that don't know San Diego, La Jolla off of Prospect. That was in a nice area. Damn.
Oh yeah, no, Jim took care of everybody, man. We were doing quite well in that building. So got us young dudes just showing up, and I didn't have no sports car like those guys. You had a 2-door 4 Escort, and I'm rolling down Prospect. I was doing big things. But I showed up, and I was there for almost 3 years. But I learned everything that I've been able to do at this point because of those guys. They took a chance on me, and I made sure that I was gonna grind as hard as possible to be able to catch up to what they were doing. And thank goodness they believed in what I can do and showed me everything that I know today. So huge thanks to Jim and to every artist. I was surrounded by incredible talent from writers like Sean Ruffner and artists like Ryan Benjamin. So it was that entire time being around that collective, those guys, yeah, they were nice. I were very kind with me to get my stuff on point, but it worked out, thank goodness. And I went freelance from that point on. So I've been very fortunate to work with various studios for almost three decades at this point. So but it all started at Wildstorm.
How's freelancing and stuff like that when it comes to the comic book industry and entertainment industry?
Sure. For me, freelancing, it's there's ups and downs. There's every year I'm making pretty much a different amount of money. Yeah. So it's not like I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have that, and that's cool. It's a constant grind. I work almost every single day of the week for the most part. But I've always told everyone it's not really, I can't really call it work. Yes, I'm spending 16, 15 hours a day drawing and painting stuff, but it's what I love to do. So I don't mind doing it every single day. This is what I've always wanted to do is this. So and the fact that I'm able to make a living on it, it's actually crazy. To roll out of bed and say I could draw a superhero or paint some mountains or whatever the project might be. To say I can do that for so long is beyond humbling, but it's an incredible honor to still be able to do this every single day. So, but there is a lot.
It's incredible, bro. And like from the statistics that I looked up, like black illustrators and like comic books and stuff like that, it ranges from like 2 to maybe 4%. So you in an elite class, brother.
I'm very fortunate. I'll say that. I know that there's not very many of us in this field, but the ones who are, all of us are working hard. And we don't take any of this stuff for granted because it could disappear. That's how that's literally how we kind of live by it. So, I'm fortunate to be around. I mean, I know that 4% you're talking
about. 4%, man, Jesus.
So I do know the majority of them. I mean, I sat next to one of them, Sanford Green, for years at San Diego Comic-Con and Artist Alley. And then he's in a new area now, unfortunately, but he's a living legend. I know Ryan Benjamin, definitely. He and I have worked together on a ton of projects, along with Sanford. I work with him on various projects. Karan Grant. It's there. I don't need to be name dropping. But Brian's right next to me. Everyone is at Comic-Con. He and I, he's an incredible artist and animator.
Brian Lambert? You talk about?
No.
Okay.
No, I do know Lambert though.
Okay.
But there's some incredible. I mean, regardless of the color of our skin, I am. I do know all the people of color. Well, I can't say all of them. I do know of them. But I'm just fortunate to be a part of that group.
Mm-hmm.
But I just always am thankful that I'm able to do this stuff and I was never really in it for the recognition. It's just what I do and what I love. And the fact that I can share anything that I might have there might be something I've done that I could share for others of all ages. It doesn't have to be some people younger than me. There's people of all ages who want to do this kind of thing for a living. The people older than me who still want to break in, So I know how hard it is to maintain this grind. I'm thankful to be able to work here in my studio in downtown San Diego and just keep at it every day.
Hell yeah, yo! At this point, I want to illustrate some of your work. I think
of course, man.
Things to me is the crow right there. Crow. The Crow. Man. I used to love this movie.
No, that's one of my favorites too, man. Yeah.
Love
unfortunately, those are sold out. Those are sold out, unfortunately, on the site. But I was licensed to do anniversary posters for the movie. So they had me do. I did 5 or 6 separate posters for The Crow through Miramax and Upper Deck. They had me do like the 20th anniversary poster. So one was directly dedicated to Brandon Lee. And then one was an offshoot because the Lee family doesn't really, and understandably, respectfully to Brandon, we should not always do likenesses of him with his passing. But they gave their blessings on the ones that I did. James Mabar, thankful to him for even approving the stuff that I did for those posters. But those were. I have them. I know they're on the other side of this camera right now, but they're here in the office. But I have more coming, so I can say that.
Hell yeah!
Probably around Halloween time, right around Devil's Night, which lines up with the comic stuff. So, keep an eye out. You might see some stuff soon.
Okay. Hell yeah! I still want to illustrate some more of your artwork, bro.
Oh man, I appreciate it, brother.
Incredible! Look at this, y'all. God damn. With the flowers.
Right.
Really, man, this is awesome, bro. This is so
awesome. Thank you, man. Thank you. It's I try to practice everything, man. I love comics. That's what got my start. but I try to work in everything I can. So it's not just dark noir kind of stuff. I'll do some pretty stuff. My beautiful wife will make sure of that.
Yeah.
Not always death and destruction on the stuff that I do. So I do pretty stuff what I can. So definitely credit to her for that, to make sure I'm doing that kind of stuff. Which surprisingly, that kind of stuff that really, I mean, when I was at Comic-Con just last month, people were really gravitating towards the flowers and clouds, and people bought the Spider-Man 2099 stuff I had, and Ahsoka Tano stuff I had, and which is incredible. But like, people kept looking at clouds. Clouds. Like, I mean, clouds are pretty. I can't hate on them. So
yeah. All right. So for younger or older listener at this point, can you give at least one piece of advice that you give somebody that wants to hop into this game itself?
Of course. I mean, like, the one thing I've always say is never get complacent. Always want to learn. Find new ways to grow as an artist and creative. I produce music, and when I'm not drawing, I'm making music. So I mean,
you produce music too?
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, hell yeah.
So I've been writing music longer than I've been drawing. So which is, it's been a minute at this point. But yeah, I just dropped an album at Comic-Con.
Okay.
So it's on my site. There are a few remaining like copies of the CD, but there's a link right on my site that you can go stream it. It's on every platform.
So it's on Apple Music and stuff.
Friday. Yeah, Apple Music, Spotify, all that stuff. So it's all like sci-fi score music.
Okay.
At least the new album. But I write hip hop, drum and bass, rock, all that stuff. So
hell yeah. Hey, I'm gonna go listen to the album and stuff. I'm gonna put the link in the description too, so y'all better go check it out. You feel me? I know you did music, man. Man,
man.
God damn.
I stay busy. I mean, trust me, everyone was giving me crap for it at the show. So they always say I never sleep, which is kind of true. But but granted, I mean, I do get normal sleep now. I used to be awful about it. I mean, not until about like I would say my early 40s is when I started finally figuring out that sleep was important.
Wait a minute. I do have a question now. Since you do music, does music inspire the art, or does art inspire the music?
It's both. It's both ways. So
okay.
like there's stuff that, like, when you hear the new album, this is the 5th one I've released. Like, my music and art go hand in hand. Sometimes I'll draw something out and I can see, how it incorporate music to it. And it's the other way around. I'll write a beat. I'm like, I could do art that kind of fits that. And that's literally what that whole project is. It's a whole side project called Station Story. So it's all like sci-fi, futuristic, music that I write, and it's fun, or I'll produce stuff that'll be at shows. So like DC Comics have my music playing at their booth, and shouts out to them for supporting my stuff, and or Microsoft campaigns, I'll do stuff for them, and I'll write beats for them, and they'll play it with their sizzle reels or whatever they use it for at Microsoft. So very, very fortunate to continue to do this stuff. But to back to your question, I mean, like, complacency will kill creativity. So I think it's important to always learn new tools, new workflows. Always be hungry to find out that next thing to level you up. Don't give up at this stuff. I got very fortunate and got hired at 18, but it was 3 or 4 years of me being told no.
Yep.
So,
yeah. I was going to mention that.
I showed up. Yeah. So you're going to find studios who will say no to you, but don't let that stop you from what you want to do. Your portfolios need to be very focused on what you love, and then sprinkle in a little bit of maybe some other varying things you can do as an artist, because you never know what a producer's looking at, or art director.
Yeah.
and then honestly, just keep grinding. That's literally what I've been in this industry for a minute now, and it's not like I take off. I don't take like months off at a time ever. I mean, like my last vacation was 2006, something like that. That's the
God
last time I
damn,
took a vacation.
brother, take a vacation. I feel
I
you.
know, I know.
No.
It's hard.
I understand, Tony, because like when it comes to this or what I'm doing, it's like I didn't take a vacation. Well, technically, I took a vacation because it was my lady's birthday. But other than that, it was
No,
like
yep,
2015,
yep,
2016. I like took a
yep.
break.
No, I'm literally taking one because my wife's birthday coming up this month. I'm actually stopping. Well, I'm taking my laptop, but
Yeah.
she knows I'm gonna bring the laptop along. But for the most part, we're gonna be gone, and actually, I'm gonna slow it down for a few days, which is gonna be weird for me because I normally don't do that. So I don't know how I'm gonna react.
Yeah. You're gonna be having withdrawals. Drawing withdrawals. You're
Oh,
gonna be like,
where's the pencil? No.
oh my
But
goodness.
I mean, I think those are important things to live by as a creative, and learn as much as you can from everyone around you. There, no ego is the way I look at it. It's we all have something we can offer. We all have something we can share, and working together to be able to come up as a community. I think it's important to, and I mean a community worldwide, not just within our own with our own people of color. It's just work with people. I've worked with people overseas I've never even met, and it's important just to have that open mind and that concept to being able to collaborate with other creatives around the world. You don't know what's possible, and until you start doing this kind of stuff, and you never know where some of these jobs can land you. And I've been beyond fortunate to have some incredible opportunities across 28 years at this point doing this stuff, and from films to video games to major motion pictures, and but it's all because people have it's been a lot of word of mouth. A lot of incredible people like yourself have spread the word of what I do, and people were like, well, let me reach out to this guy, and literally that's where I get a lot of work from, and or people go to the website to see what I do there. But for the most part, it's been just word of mouth that's gotten my name out there, and I always try to forward that to other people as well. There's other creatives that I feel aren't getting enough shine. They need to be seen. So I try to help wherever I can, and forward that on to other people as well. And sometimes it's worked out and gotten people jobs, which is great. So it's not that I got pull or anything like that in the industry. If there's a producer who needs somebody, I'm gonna forward. If I don't feel I'm a fit, then I'm gonna find someone that can help that role. So, so yeah, I mean, it's important to continue to work together and to keep work coming for everybody. So it goes both ways, no question.
Yeah, that's incredible, bro. And actually, I had one more question, but now I got two.
Of course.
You mentioned video games. What video games you worked on?
Oh man. Okay, so I worked for Sony.
Okay.
And I've worked for Sony, EA, Blizzard, Riot.
Okay.
So I've worked on League of Legends with John Boy Myers, and he was there, and Dan Norton. So I worked on some of the champions for them.
Okay.
Shurima and Udyr, worked on that. I worked on I did a lot of the art for Sony. I worked at a division called the Visual Arts and Services Group.
Okay.
So I would be with like every Sony studio. So I would, the stuff that when E3 was a thing in LA, during Sony's press conferences, like all the stuff you saw on the big screen during their press conferences was stuff that I would design for them.
Damn.
So I would do that. I would do box art for different games. I worked on concept for films for like Ratchet and Clank. I was doing a lot of the color script on that movie and lighting for that film. So I've been very, very lucky. I mean, I keep it pretty low key. There's some stuff on my site in the portfolio tab. You'll see like some of the stuff I've worked on, from Ninja Turtles to
God damn. Ninja Turtles?
Nah, man.
I'm talking to a superstar, y'all.
Nah, man.
Over here.
No,
I'm talking to a
no,
superstar,
sir.
though, man.
No,
God
sir.
Damn. Ninja Turtles, Ratchet and Clank. Come on now.
No.
Sony,
nah, man.
PlayStation.
Yeah, man.
Nah,
and again,
That's
I'm
incredible.
lucky.
Man, that's incredible. I mean, with anything that we do, some of it consists of luck, but I look at it like you were consistent about your passion and you kept going
Yep.
for it and you just garnished more skills and actually sharpen the skills that you already had. So I don't look too
I'm
much
still
as
working
luck
on it.
to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. No, absolutely, man.
Yeah. So my damn, uh, that threw me off. I'm like Ratchet and Clank, Ninja Turtles, Jesus Christ. Oh,
I
oh,
mean, I didn't bring them up. I know you said you want to know some of them, so were some of them. So I mean, there's others, of course, but I'll let people see those on the site.
oh yeah,
I don't need to name drop for 40 minutes.
yeah. Yo, that's incredible though, man. That's outstanding.
Oh, thank you, man.
All right,
Thank you.
my last question.
Of course.
Damn, it kind of threw me off. I had another question, but I'm so amazed by the Ninja Turtles Ratchet and Clank. I'm just like, God damn. Oh my goodness. Um, I guess my last question would be, who is your favorite superhero? Actually, we'll do
Oh,
top three. Okay. Top
okay.
three
All right.
superheroes.
Okay. Well, Spawn was the one that got me into wanting to do them, so
Okay.
he's in there. No particular order. I'll go Spawn, Batman. Dang. I mean, The Crow is one of my favorites of all time, so he's got to be in there too.
Okay.
Um, yeah, I'd say those three.
Top three.
Those
All dark too. Dark characters. God damn.
all dark. I know one had lost his parents, one lost everything.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. Tony.
Yeah, all dark stuff. I'm sorry. But there's other amazing ones out there, but those are the ones that I always gravitate towards. But there's some incredible dope characters out there that aren't dark. But those are the ones I like. I've actually never worked on a Batman book. That would be something that would be incredible one day. But outside of that, I've definitely worked on stuff for Spawn and for the Crow. But yeah, I mean, yeah, maybe one day Batman will happen. We'll see.
Yeah, man. Maybe he'll get the bat signal. You feel me? From God. Like, Tony, we need you. You feel me?
I'm there.
All right, we come into a closing of the show. So with that being said, tell the people where they can find you, any other projects that you got going on, and anything else that you want my audience to know.
Yeah, of course. Well, again, thank you for having me on. I greatly appreciate the opportunity. Anyone can find my artwork and prints and music on 20washingtonart.com. There's links for prints and merchandise. All that stuff is there. I'm on Instagram at just 20 Washington Art. I have a Twitter. I barely use it, or X now.
Yeah.
So I'll
you feel me?
I call it Twitter. I mean, it's Twitter. But but I'm on there. I don't really promote that much. I'm bad at using that one. My music's just stationstories.com. But there's links directly on my main site for all that stuff. I mean, if anyone has questions, any kind of stuff, they can shoot me an email. There's a contact tab on my main site. I'm more than happy to help. With anything I may be able to, if there's anything I can do, I'm there to help for sure.
Hell yeah. And also, guys, I'm gonna have all the links in the description below. So it just be super easy for y'all. All y'all gotta do, use your little mouse or whatever you're using, a laptop, lose a little mouse thing, click on the link, bam, and it goes straight there. You feel me? Once again,
I appreciate it.
My guest, Tony Washington. I didn't know I was talking to a superstar. He's very humble.
Oh, no, man, no. I appreciate it, brother, but nah, man.
I appreciate you, bro. Thank you for coming on to the news station. Thank you for giving us some knowledge and dropping some gems. You feel me?
Absolutely.
Once again, I will have the links to his social medias and his website below. Y'all go check that out. Go check out his music. And yeah, we're coming to an end. And once again, this is another episode of the Sears Glare. I'm your lovely or hated host, Kamal, a.k.a. the Black Seinfeld, a.k.a. Magic X. And since I got the best audience and guests on the show, what should y'all be doing right now? That's right. Give yourself a round of applause. Let's get some
No,
air.
let's do it, man.
Feel me?
Hey, to you too, man. To you.
Yeah. Hey, for my tubers though, YouTube been around since 2005. I don't need to tell y'all what to do to get the video or the channel booming. But just like the rest of the tubers say, I'm gonna say the same thing. Like a sub a share a comment, comment a like. Y'all know what to do. Some of y'all smart out there, you feel me? For my Twitch family, hit your bro to follow, hit your bro to share. That'd be greatly appreciated. Tony, do you have a Twitch or a YouTube that you like?
My YouTube is also Tony Washington Art, so there's that one too.
Okay, y'all go check out his YouTube. All right, you feel me? You know we gotta pay bills, so I gotta thank my sponsor, First Place Losers. The link to the shop gonna be in the description below. Y'all go check out the fire ass garments made out of 100% Egyptian cotton. I guarantee it boost your sex appeal up by, let's say, 45%. And look here, it look good on me. It's most definitely gonna look good on you. All right. And with that being said, once again, Tony, I appreciate you coming on to the news station, dropping some gems for us. And y'all go check out this stuff. I'm gonna have the links below, y'all. And on that note, we out, y'all. Peace.
Peace.